Kumbuka Kaimosi Agricultural Training Center wanatoa mafunzo ya kilimo kwa wakulima na kwa mtu yeyote yule ambaye angependa kupata hekima, angependa kupata mafunzo ya kilimo. Na basi wakishirikiana na KALRO wataweza kutoa mafunzo kwa wakulima wetu, hasa wale wafugaji wa ng'ombe wa maziwa. Na pia watakuwa wanafanya utafiti katika sekta mbalimbali, utafiti ambao unahusiana na kilimo.
Your Excellency Chief Guest, allow the team to introduce themselves. I will give to Daktari to introduce the whole team.
Your Excellency, I'll introduce myself and then I'll allow the team members, the colleagues here, to introduce themselves. My name is Dr. Lea Kasera. I'm Director of the Board at Kaimosi. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I'm George Tarus, the Forest Secretary, and I'm here on behalf of the forest sector to support agroforestry. We will be working with the college to ensure we disseminate the knowledge specifically on cocoa and avocado to the farmers. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Fanuel Kidenda, Acting CEO, Kenya National Multi-Commodities Exchange, COMEX.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Kipkuriche Ukwanyi is my name, the CEO of Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee. Thank you.
My name is Nancy Cheruyot, the Managing Trustee and CEO Commodities Fund. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Dr. Maritim, Kenya Dairy Board, MD. We are also trained farmers, 97 farmers for 3 days here. And we are also going to give various cooperatives millet cans so that we improve the quality of millet. Thank you.
Your Excellency, jina ni Dr. Benedict Misoy, MD Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center. Leo tumeweka maktaba na Kaimosi ATC ili tuweze kulete mbegu ya ng'ombe, ili tuweze kusalisha maziwa hata na nyama. Na sio Nandi peke yake, hii kituo, it will serve even the Western region all through to Nyanza. So sex semen is available to our farmers at 1,000 shillings. It's at a directive from His Excellency, the President, and KAGRIC is ensuring that all genetics are accessible. Thank you, and I want to assure the farmers that join cooperatives. Muingie kwa mashirika ya maziwa ili tuweze kuwahudumia, na Nandi County pia tutafanya kazi pamoja. Asante.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Dr. Patrick Etienne, Director General of KALRO, and today we're partnering with Kaimosi on issues of technologies, seeds, and ensure that all agricultural technologies and innovations, particularly under the climate smart, will. Okay, thank you.
Your Excellency, all protocol observed. My name is Dr. Mary Teresa Agutu, CEO and Registrar at the Kenya Veterinary Board.
Your Excellency, my name is Kalista Skundu. I'm the Acting Director General, Agriculture and Food Authority, AFA. We are the key sponsors today, and we offer avocados to farmers. Thank you.
Our chief guest, na wakulima wetu wote, I'm Sami Chepsiro, Managing Director, Kenya Seed Company. We have enough seed for this country, regardless of the drought that we have. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Henry Tanui, the CEO of Aslafan. These Kenyans from this county are enjoying 1.5 billion. Over 500,000 of them, they have my money. And continue enjoying the money. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Engineer Charles Moasia, the CEO, National Irrigation Authority. We were demonstrating on live value chains, and particularly we are trying to introduce upland rice in this region. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, my name is Yatich Kipkorir. I'm here on behalf of my CEO Micro and Small Enterprises Authority. Sisi ndio tulipeana pesa ya nyota Kenya mzima, na zaidi ya vijana 2,000 katika Nandi County hii walipokea pesa hizo, na tuko na mradi inaitwa KJET ambaye tunataka hawa associations wote wako hapa leo wa apply. Tunafunga tarehe 31st. Wala ambao wangetaka kuwa na machineries ya 30 million tunawapatia 15 million, nusu yake ambaye ni grant, si loan. Watafute 15 million yao ili tuweze kuanulia machineries ya kufanya efficiency kwa kazi zao. Asante sana.
Thank you so much. Let me appreciate again our partners. They have done great job. We don't take you for granted. As Kaimosi, it's your home. Make sure the demonstration plot you have done, you keep them, let them continue running for our farmers to learn. Your Excellency, allow me to bring on board the partner from FAO to come and take us through the curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you, CEO. To our chief guest this afternoon, Prime Cabinet Secretary, the chair of the board, and the head of public service, MPs present, women rep, the governor of the great county of Nandi, PSS or their representatives, the CEOs or their representatives, national and county government officials that are here, development partners of whom I will be speaking on behalf, ladies and gentlemen, Excellency the Chief Guest, I will be very short, but I will capture a few things that I thought needed this function to hear. The first one is to say that today we live in the world where we are capable of producing enough food for everyone. Yet this night, 763 million people will go to bed hungry. There is the need to ensure that these are not just numbers. We must look at them as a call to action. And that is where FAO meets Kaimosi. In the call to action, the greatest thing is that we must transform agriculture. We must transform agriculture by transforming knowledge and skills of the people who produce our food. And that also where Kaimosi is at the center. The World Bank and FAO opines that agriculture has 2 to 4 times ability to change or to reduce poverty for the rural folks. And therefore, if there's the right place to invest, it is agriculture. And Excellency, the development partners asked me to say in this forum that now that His Excellency, the President, called for a dialogue, maybe this is the right time to make sure that this time round, we really capture the gist of what happens in our food and production, and our food productivity, food security. And this is the conversation we must have. And Kaimosi sits at that center because transforming those who do food production at the smallholder level is key. Having said that, let me highlight a few things, Prime Cabinet Secretary. For us in FAO, we have looked at Kaimosi in the lens of the Lake Region Economic Bloc that has 14 counties. The governor seated next to you is a friend of ours on the same conversation. And I want to tell him that we just supported the LREB Secretariat with a brand new vehicle so that they can move. And the CEO was here today. We have, in this area, put $50 million through the GCF-FAO project that the government signed together with FAO. And this particular one, we are so grateful because His Excellency the President himself met the CEO of GCF and really paved the way for that amount of money to come to the 14 counties. Through Boost project, which you saw there, there is $10 million investment here. Through land governance, there is $7 million investment here. And all the counties in this area have the GIS laboratory. And they can confirm, and the governor can confirm. In the Jeff project on landscape restoration, Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, and part of Nandi, 8 million. And we just started Green Cities Initiative, which is being done for Nairobi City and Kisumu City. And we are looking into 3 million that's already gone into that. We have just signed with Kaimosi 23 million Kenya shillings letter of agreement, which they are going to use to strengthen their capacity and to make sure that through farmer field schools, those who engage in agriculture around these areas are well taken care of. We want to make Kaimosi a center of excellence. But one thing we ask is the nationalization of Kaimosi. His Excellency the Governor, I hope you agree. So that we will be talking about Kaimosi as a center of excellence for Kenya and if possible for the region. And second thing we ask is that let us not be tempted to change the status of Kaimosi to a university. Excellency, this sector of agriculture has lost about 85% of farmer training schools, becoming universities, training lawyers, training people who have nothing to do with food security. And then we come and ask, where is the problem? It starts when you cannot get the capacity of the people who do this work. And that is why when we were looking for the best partner, Kaimosi became the easiest and almost the only choice, because every other college is now a university. We can do something like Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It is never a university, but it produces the best technologies all over the globe. Let's produce those who are practical in their approach right here in Kaimosi without attempting to make it a university. We have enough managers for agriculture. We want practitioners. And that brings me, Excellency, to an assignment which was given to us directly by the chair of the board of Kaimosi and the head of public service. And sir, when I listened to you giving the assignment, it was so clear in your mind that I told the team of experts that we have put together that I think the first office they should knock is your office. And it will bring them so that they listen to you, so that we are sure we do not miss that. We have already christened this as development of a competency-based agroecology curriculum and training package for Kaimosi Agricultural Training Center. The curriculum that is going to be rolled in Kaimosi is not going to be your everyday curriculum. It's going to be a curriculum for somebody who wants to milk the cow. It's going to be a curriculum for someone who just wants to be able to open a pen for the pigs. It's going to be that farmer-based agroecology curriculum. And to start this today, allow me to introduce Professor Judy Odhiambo, who is going to lead the team as the lead consultant. FAO has secured her services, and FAO is going to pay fully for her. And Dr. George Williams, also to just say hi from where they are. These two, and you can see it's gender balanced, they're going to have to look into this curriculum. They have all the necessary experience, and FAO is going to have to be quality checking what they're doing. And Your Excellency, Head of Public Service, this is the roadmap they have come up with. So between 6th, their contract started yesterday on 6th. And for us, we are very stingy on money. I start counting from day 1. So they already started working. They came up with this banner, so they will be paid for the banner which they came up with. That was day 1. So here is the commitment we are giving you. Between 6th and 13th of August, we will be having inception, review, and planning. And part of this is when I want them to be in Nairobi and have a conversation with you. Between 11th and 20th August, meaning some 2 days will be overlapping over there, will be on agroecology training needs assessment. They have to do that because that's a requirement when you are doing a curriculum of this nature under the patronage of FAO. Between 18th to 24th of August, curriculum framework development. And then between 21st to 8th September, development of curriculum and training materials. And between 4th to 8th September, demonstration and learning site guidelines. Those guidelines, like the people who come to Kaimosi, they will not just come here and leave when we don't know. There will be a very clear roadmap on what they do. And then we'll be having 9th to 15th September, piloting, testing, and validation. That will take a little bit of some process because at that stage, it has to also go to FAO at the global level, so that it takes also some level of clearances over there, but we'll see how to manage that. And then that's 9th to 15th, and then 16th to 18th of September, we are training the trainers. We will take the time to train everyone in Kaimosi who will be undertaking or be delivering this curriculum. And then on 19th to 20th, finalization and reporting. The only thing missing here at our public service is there are two things. One, the FAO clearance, and two will be the launch of the curriculum after the public participation. And that is something that we are going to do to make sure this is done. So by 20th September, we will be delivering this curriculum. So these guys, we've agreed, no sleep. I mean, they have the 24 hours in a day to deliver this. They'll sleep after this curriculum is delivered. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much. Allow me, Excellency, just to ask anyone from the UN family who is here, please just stand and wave so that the Prime Cabinet Secretary can see you. Dr. Dede heads our region here, the entire LREV. Tito Aronga, the head of programs that will be running this, overseeing this particular exercise, and of course the two consultants. Asanteni sana. Can someone take a photo with them so that they commit on that photo? So the day they deliver the curriculum, we say they were... Asante sana. Okay, thank you.
Asante sana, makofi kwa FAO. Tunashukuru kabisa, hiyo elimu ni competence based ambayo
hili tuweze kufanya Kaimosi ikuwe semi autonomous. Hawa wajumbe wetu katika county assembly yetu ya Nandi walipitisha bill, the Kaimosi bill, ambayo ilipatia semi autonomous operation hapa Kaimosi, ndio kazi mzuri iweze kufanyika katika facility yetu hii. So in a very special way, I want to thank you, members of the county assembly, for the support and the work that you are doing for Kaimosi and the work that you are doing for our county. Pia najua hiyo decision ya kupeana Kaimosi kuwe semi-autonomous ilikuwa ngumu kidogo, head of public service, kwa sababu hii Kaimosi iko na shamba ya majani chai kubwa, na hiyo ndio imekuwa part of the source of revenue for the county. Lakini tulikubaliana ya kwamba we want the farm to be managed, and even the resources that come from the farm irudi katika training programs zetu hapa, and therefore we are no longer taking any single coin as a county government from Kaimosi. In fact, we continue to support because we want this institution to grow so that it can then continue to give services to our people, our farmers within Nandi County, but also within the region. So hapa tuko na MCAs. Mheshimiwa Salma ambaye ni nominated MCA wetu kutoka hapa county yetu ya Nandi, makofi kwake. Mheshimiwa Mahindi ambaye pia ni mjumbe wetu MCA kutoka kule Terik Ward, tumpigie makofi. Joan ambaye ni nominated MCA wetu wa county ya Nandi, tumpigie makofi. Mheshimiwa Hassan Kagoni, MCA wetu wa Kabwareng Ward, makofi kwake. Mheshimiwa Milka Chumba ambaye ni MCA wetu nominated kutoka kule Kipkaren. Mheshimiwa Trufosa Kuto, MCA wetu wa Kemeloi Maraba, tumpigie makofi. Mheshimiwa Ann Tororei, MCA nominated, tumpigie makofi. Tuko na Mheshimiwa Davis ambaye yeye ni deputy majority leader wetu, tumpigie makofi. Tuko na Mheshimiwa Sara kutoka Kosirai Ward, tumpigie makofi, elected MCA. Tuko na Mheshimiwa Susan, nominated MCA, County Government of Nandi. Tuko na Mheshimiwa Tarbei ambaye yeye ni nominated MCA. So tuko na huyu mungwana bwana Kevolwe kwa niaba ya yeye ni neighboring hapa. Kwa niaba ya kila all on behalf of the entire team of MCA na pia kwa niaba ya area MCA, wacha nimpatie nafasi aseme tu Chamgei. Karibu bwana Kipchumba.
Bas, His Excellency, the Prime Cabinet, Bwana Musalia Mudavadi, His Excellency, Bwana Felix Kosgei, governors on all the protocol observed. Wacha nichukue fursa hii kwa salimu jioni ya leo. Hamjambo. Mimi kwa majina naitwa Kevolwe na nimesimama hapa kusema ya kwamba tunashukuru siku ya leo kwa kupokea wageni wetu na pia kwa mafundisho ambayo yako katika eneo letu hili. Tunajua ya kwamba kuelewa ndio kujua, kusoma ndio kujua. Na kwa hiyo nitasema tu ya kwamba nimepewa ruhusa ya kusema ya kwamba mheshimiwa ambaye angekuwa hapa, Mheshimiwa Kirongo, jirani mwenyeji wa hapa, tulimtuma mahali aenda atuwakilishe huko. Kwa hivyo angekuwa na sisi hapa, lakini kwa saizi wacha aliniambia kwamba niwapee ujumbe ya kusema ya kwamba ako na nyinyi pamoja. Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, karibu. Mimi unajua mimi you are my mentor. Na nashukuru kwa kufika hapa. Nomanyoko kwa wewe. Asante sana mtukio.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Kevolwe. Prime, bado nitakuambia story kidogo. Huyu Kevolwe pamoja na Kirongo na nani, wewe ulionyesha hawa kidogo alafu kidogo wakapiga kona. Bado tutazungumza turudishe hawa watu wa ANC, lakini kidogo walitupiga chenga kidogo, lakini they are still part of the family politically. Asante sana. Tuko na wale directors wetu wasimame tu, all the directors, chairman, musimame mahali mko, the entire team, all the directors from Nandi County and from across, tuwapigie makofi hawa. Na kwa niaba yao 1 minute, Alan Kosgei, chairman wa Kipi, kwa niaba yao wote useme tu Chamgei.
Prime Cabinet Secretary, Head of Public Service, gozi wote na itifaki zote zikizingatiwa, hamjamboni nyote. Kwanza kabisa ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kutoa shukrani kwa Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kutufikisha hapa siku ya leo. Your Excellency, as you're well aware, 25% of our economy is agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of our economy. Na ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kutoa shukrani kwa Head of Public Service, kwa County Government, kwa Governor Sang, for the transformation that we have witnessed here in Kaimosi. Kwa sababu bila hawa, ile kazi ambayo tumeona siku ya leo haingekuwa imetimika. Kwa hivyo tunasema asante sana kwa hawa viongozi wetu. Moving forward, I want to echo the sentiments of the FAO gentleman who told us moving forward we wish to ensure that Kaimosi is nationalized so that it becomes a center of excellence not only for the people of Nandi but for across our republic. Asante sana na Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana Alan, kwa niaba ya wale directors, chief officers and CECs, msimame mahali muko niwatambulishe. Tuko na mawaziri kadhaa, Engineer Limo, waziri wa barabara, Daktari Angeline, waziri wa health, waziri Kiplimo Lagat ambaye yeye ndio host wa hii event, waziri wetu wa kilimo. Tuko na chief officer Daktari Sanga ambaye yeye anasimamia mambo ya kilimo. Asante sana. Tuko na on behalf of, do we have members of former members of parliament? Tuko na mmoja tu hapa. Bwana Jembe, ile patia microphone useme tu Chamgei. Bwana Jembeine. Just 1 minute.
Your Excellency, the Head of Public Service, members of Parliament present, Governor, Bwana asi.
Amen.
Nashukuru sana kuwa hapa kwa sababu hii ni kikao ambacho kinaendelesha maendeleo na nimefurahia sana nimekuja hapa and I'm ready to buy 2 waivers today. Kuendeleza mambo yangu ya kiukulima. Prime Cabinet Secretary, tunashukuru sana. The programs that are there that are helping our farmers will actually greatly help us to improve in our agriculture, and I echo the support that has been given and the dream that is there. I thank you, Governor. I thank you, the Head of Public Service, and everybody present here, because let us have here Kaimosi as a dream of our future. Na ya mwisho, let us all go for 2 terms for our president and our leadership for us to achieve all of them. Asante sana.
Pigia makofi Jembeine. Bwana Waziri Kilimo, this is your department. On behalf of the department, 1 minute, patia tu hapa tumalize. Na ujue Prime Cabinet iko hapa. Huyu ni Minister of Foreign Affairs. Ile maneno tunahitaji nationalizing this institution, we have umeletewa mgeni na Head of Public Service, so let's utilize.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, Prime Cabinet Secretary, Head of Public Service, the Governor, the area MP and all the MPs who are here, and farmers, Mjamboni. We welcome you, Secretary, to Kaimosi and to Nandi. We are much closer to your home here, and I'm very happy because you have taken 2 cows. We'll come and make sure that they produce enough milk.
3 cows.
3 cows now. Yeah. So we will come and work together to make sure that that works. I want to request one thing, and I think that has been mentioned by Amisi. We are losing our farmer training centers. Farmers want a place to be trained on. We have had enough managers, we need more practitioners. This place needs to be supported to be a center of excellence. And I think we appreciate the support already we've gotten from the national government on the accommodation facilities that is being constructed, the conference facilities that is being constructed, and we want now to see farmers coming here to be trained continuously. So we are requesting you that each of the counties that must have a farmer training center. Kaimosi will take the lead in mentoring all those other farmer training centers across the county and countries in the region. LREB region has supported us strongly, and we know that the national government support has gone a long way to make sure that farmers here can get a chance to be trained continuously. And we appreciate that today you have graced this event, and I know that way forward we will make sure that Kaimosi can train at least 10,000 farmers every year, and therefore it must have necessary facilities, including accommodation facilities, to be able to do that. Thank you so much, and asante sana.
Asante sana, tumpigie makofi Daktari Kiplimo Lagat ambaye amefanya kazi kubwa kutusaidia katika mambo haya. We want to appreciate all our development partners, our sponsors. This exhibition would not be possible without your continued support. Na Head of Public Service, Prime Cabinet Secretary, our chief guest. Sisi tumekuwa na show pale Kapsabet. Every year you have a show for 2-3 days. But we realized that we were not targeting and we were not getting the right, we were not targeting the right people that we were keen on when you have just an event for 3 days in a year. That is why we converted this facility to provide year in, year out, everyday training facility. Kama vile umeambiwa katika training, katika briefing, previously we had allocated 1 day per week for purposes of exhibitions and training for our farmers. The need demanded for more days. Today, as we speak, we are doing 3 days in a week of full-time exhibition for all our farmers from within the region and from within the counties within the region. So this facility is turning out, and for the last almost 3 years, we have trained over 35,000 farmers within this facility. So we want to give the commitment and the assurance that I agree with you, Amisi. You made 2 requests. Nationalization, and the second one was on not being turned into a university. I agree 100% on the one of not being, ensuring that this facility is not turned into a university. On the nationalization one, bado tuzungumuze ndio tujue, even as we nationalize it, how do you ensure that our farmers and even the catchment area, particularly Nandi, Kakamega, and Vihiga, the 3 counties in this triangle, their needs are well taken care of. So we have no problem with the facility supporting Kenya, but we still want to ensure that we ring-fence the support that this facility will give to the 3 counties, and particularly the host county, Nandi County, so that we can be able to work together. And if that process of nationalization has to happen, the members of parliament will play a key role. Even if on that aspect of ensuring that we ensure that we protect Kaimosi, not to be turned into a university, but actually as a premier center for training our farmers. The people who will play a very big role are the members of parliament. And I now want to invite our member of parliament, Mheshimiwa Joses, Engineer Joses Lelmengit, aweze kutuzungumuzia na apatie nafasi the 2 members of parliament who are present, then we can be able to progress the program forward. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa Joses.
Thank you so much. Chief guest, sir, Your Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Head of Public Service and Chief of Staff, Honorable Felix Kosgei, Governor, members present, members of Parliament present, and all the dignitaries. Wananchi tukufu kutoka Nandi, amjambo. Amjambo tena. Asante. Mko na furaha? Asante sana. We have our chief guest for today, our son, our neighbor, who is present here with us today to officiate this ceremony. Chief guest, sir, I want to appreciate the fact that national government and the county government are collaborating together so that they bring this facility to train our farmers. It is part of our better agenda that is led by Kenya Kwanza, led by President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. I also want to thank you, sir, for the support that you've shown His Excellency the President. All the way, you were the first one to say that you're going to unite with the President of this country because you share the same values that you want to take this country to the next level. Ya pili, nataka niwashukuru pia watu wangu hapa because today ni siku ya the chief guest ambaye ni principal secretary ambaye yuko hapa. Niseme hivi, yangu tu ni kukushukuru sana. Every time nikiwa kule Nairobi when I have an issue, I visit your office. Now we share a responsibility ya hapa. This institution will not only benefit Nandi County, but the greater region around here. For Vihiga and Kakamega, and also the entire country. Your Excellency, sir, nataka tu niseme kama kijana wako, we have, you saw the people who were singing here, the kina mama ambao walikuwa hapa, the grannies. Most of them are 50 years and above, and they have other facilities. Wameanza hapa football tournament ya grannies. Kila wakati wako hapa. They had a request, wakasema kwa sababu mgeni amefika hapa, utatuorganizia tournament yao ya kina mama hapa. Number 2, Your Excellency, ni kwamba hii region ya Kapkangani, sisi hatuna boundaries. Nandi County, Kakamega, Vihiga, tunaishi kama kitu kimoja. Without any discrimination and partiality. Mimi kama kijana wa hapa karibu, kijana wako, kiongozi wa hii area, on issues ya bursaries, I distribute bursaries equally across the constituency. Kwa maneno ya stima, Your Excellency, nikasema tutaanza na boda, sehemu inaitwa Kipsuguru. Hiyo stima ambayo tulianzia pale, inavuka mpaka Kakamega, na pia inakuja mpaka Nandi. To demonstrate that, sisi tutafanya kazi bila ubaguzi na uhusiano wetu. Tushike ile nguvu ya Mluya, ile mbio marathon ya Kale, tuongeze ile ubiashara ya Mkikuyu, tuongeze ile long distance trading ya Mkamba, tuongeze ile akili ya Mjaluo, tupeleke Kenya pamoja, tusikama mbele. Si ni ukweli? So we have, tumefanya Kiborgo, tumefanya hapa Chepsonoi, tumeweka ingine Stendikiza, tunaweka ingine stima ingine hapa Siruayala, tukisonga mbele. Your Excellency, nilitaka tu kuomba hivi. Hapa FTC, maximization hapa hatuna stima, Your Excellency. And because you are here today, nataka niombe kwa sehemu ya FTC na Kaptingon, 2 villages that is surrounding this great facility, so that utushike mkono,
kila wakati tukikuja hapa on issues of agriculture, pia wananchi wanafurahi ya kwamba wako na stima hapa. Finally, ni maneno ya barabara. Tunataka kushukuru because through excellency and your office mmetupea hii barabara kuanzia Kakamega airstrip ikuje mpaka hapa Chepsonoi. Nilikuwa tu nataka kuomba ikifika hapa Chepsonoi utuongezee ifika hapa FTC hapa Kaimosi ikienda mpaka kule Kipsuguru ili ihusishe our families wote ama regions ambao tuko hapa. Jambo lingine inaendelea kuanzia Yala ikienda Kobujoy. The contractor is on site already. Also tuko na mabarabara kule Kapsabet town ambao zinaendelea kule Kapsabet. So the reason mbona nasema hivyo ni kwa sababu president wetu anafanya kazi and through his servants ambao wako hapa mbele tunashukuru kwa haya yote. Asanteni sana, Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki. So let me take this opportunity kumkaribisha Mheshimiwa Meli ambaye ni chairman wa education, mbunge wa Tindred constituency na pia chairman ya caucus ya Rift Valley political leaders kule bungeni. Karibu Mheshimiwa Meli.
Wapi makofi ya Mheshimiwa Lelmongit? Wamama wapi nduru ya Lelmongit? Asante sana Mheshimiwa Prime Cabinet Secretary ambaye ni mgeni wa heshima, Head of Public Service, Governor wetu, viongozi wote, Center Manager na wafanyikazi wa sehemu hii yote. Hamjambo? Salamiane, hamjambo? Mahali gani? Mko salama? Asante sana kwa sababu ya wakati ambaye imeyoyoma sana. Kwanza kabisa Prime Cabinet Secretary, sisi kama viongozi wa Nandi County asawa hapa tunasema asante kwa kubali kufika hapa. You are always our friend, you always listen to us and you are part and parcel of Nandi County. Hii mwaliko ambayo imekuwezesha ufike hapa ni dhihirisho ya urafiki ya ukweli kwetu na kwa wakaaji wa sehemu ya Nandi County. Ya pili nataka niseme asante sana kwa our center manager and more importantly on what is going on here. Hii kazi ni kazi ya nzuri sana. Head of Public Service, when I saw Hamisi talking here, I remember it is you who mentored that man. I think watu wengi hawajui. Hapo Hamisi yule unakumbuka siku zile za zamani? And that is what leadership is, making others move forward. Na mimi nikisimama hapa na nataka nishukuru huyu jamaa wa center. This is a facility ambaye it is supposed to be farmers training center. International level in terms of training iwe ya kimataifa. Na unaweza kuelimisha mkulima hata kwa Kinandi, Kiluya, Kikuyu na chochote. It should strictly remain so that the person who is at the subsistence level aweze kujua hizi vitu zote ambaye zimeweza kutengenezwa hapa. Na what we are doing here is truly being the hustler family. Hapa tusemi ile engineer, ile top level training. We want to increase food production. We want to increase milk production. We want to increase exports for our country. And we go back to the farmer. The farmer is king and the farmer is the person we want to change in this county and in this country. This is the talk of our president every time. So nataka niseme kazi ambaye nimeona hapa leo ni kazi nzuri governor. And the fact that umetengeneza hapa you autonomous is a demonstration of your vision that you want actually this thing to be standing alone. Na wakulima katika county yetu ya Nandi ikiwezekana we even put them a date, every ward, every group of farmers, kama ni coffee farmers wawe na siku yao, kama ni siku ya wakulima wa mahindi, wakulima wa ngano, wakulima wa nini. Kwa sababu gani niseme hivyo? Kwa sababu we want to see the impact of this facility in our homes, in our production, in mahali popote ambaye tunafanya kazi. Ya mwisho, sisi kama watu wa Nandi County mumeona mambo mazuri ya serikali imewezekana kwa sababu ya kura yenu wananchi, na tunashukuru ninyi sana kwa kupigia rais na kila mtu kura. Mumesikia barabara, mumesikia stima, tumeona prime cabinet, head of public service, and so many goodies that we have here. Nataka niwaeleze wananchi ambao mko hapa. 2 term is a reality, 2 term ni ukweli, na lazima tukate kura. Ananune? Ebu nione 2 term pale. Mjue ya kwamba kama chairman wa education, rais ametupatiwa mswada, tuko naye mswada kule bunge. Jana niliongea. Wanafunzi wa vyuo vikuu katika taifa letu, kuanzia Septemba hii, hawatalipa pesa katika vyuoni. Hiyo ni demonstration of kusema na kutenda. Hiyo ni demonstration ya kusema pesa zenu kama wananchi zinatumika vizuri kama kodi. Mumeona maendeleo ambayo tuko nayo hapa, barabara, stima, mashule na nini zote. Nataka tu niwaombe tujitokeze kwa wingi, tukate kura, to make sure sisi kama watu wa eneo hili kuanzia Nandi, Kakamega mpaka kule 2 term Rais William Samoei Ruto. Haona namna gani? Siko sawa? Hebu nione ishara ya 2 term. Ishara vizuri ya 2 term. Mungu awabariki sana. 2027 pia mimi niko hapa nasimama, nitataka kiti ya governor. Mtanipatia hiyo nafasi na nitakuja kuwatembelea vizuri. Mungu awabariki sana.
Makofi kwa chairman. Asante sana. Your Excellency sir, before ni mwite Mheshimiwa Cynthia Muga akuja wasalimie, niko na extra issue nitaka kusema. Hapa Kapkangani na Chepkumia, we have close to 10,000 people ambao hawajaregister. Na walikuwa wanaomba, especially across the border, ya kwamba if we can have these special kits ya registration, zikuja hapa kwa ground, because they don't have enough fare, wafike kule Kapsabet. Sir, na request so that through your office, muniambie kule kwa PS Belio, hiyo kits zifika hapa kwa ground, wafanye mobilization tukisonga mbele. Otherwise, 2 term is inevitable kwenu. Asante sana. Makofi, makofi kwa Mheshimiwa Cynthia anapokuja kuwazungumzia women rep wa Nandi County. Mheshimiwa Cynthia pia ako kwenye kamati ya afya kule bungeni. Karibu.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Joseph Lelmengit, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Head of Public Service and Chief of Staff, Your Excellency Governor Sang, honorable members of the National Assembly present, led by the Honorable Julius Meli, Member of Parliament Tindred, members of the County Assembly, kiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Kevolwe, CEOs, directors and chairmen and women of institutions and parastatals in the country, manager wetu wa hapa Kaimosi, na wakulima, the people from Nandi County. Bwana asifiwe. Siku ya leo tuko na furaha, and Prime Cabinet Secretary, karibu sana nyumbani, na asante sababu ya kupata wakati kuweza kufika hapa, so that all of us can be able to demonstrate and we actually do what Kaimosi stands by. It says that we learn by doing. And because of that particular statement or comment in your publicization of this particular function, manager, I actually thought you meant everyone should actually do so that we can all learn. So yours truly, I came and pitched tent so that I can also be able to showcase what we have been doing in the office of the woman rep. And when I arrived here, I thought everyone was actually pitching tent. And then I told myself it's a good thing. And I have been able to go around most of the tents around here, na nimeona vitu mzuri, including new innovations. Kuna watu hapa wamekuja na mambo mengi mazuri, and I actually appreciated the importance of actually having this particular kind of learning by doing, because I have seen some of the things that only need Kipre to come in, and we are able to have new ways of curing some of the things that we are dealing with. So Prime Cabinet Secretary, thank you so much for taking your time to come here, and you have been able to see firsthand the potential that Nandi County has. You have been also able to see the potential that Kaimosi has. Na hii Kaimosi ndo tutaweza kusimamia, tutaweza kuikulia, na hii ndio tupatia ile second term ambayo tunasema serikali ya His Excellency William Samoei Ruto tuko second term. Prime Cabinet Secretary, tunataka tu kuomba ya kwamba ukikutana na ule kijana wenu mdogo Sifuna, mwambie wewe umekula chumvi na umeona mawe ikimea matawi, atulie, wewe utampanga kwa siku ambazo zinakuja hapo nyuma. Ndio akuje polepole, awache mbio, sababu hiyo mbio inaishia kwa sakafu. The President of the Republic of Kenya second term is going to be His Excellency William Samoei Ruto in next year 2027. And Prime Cabinet Secretary, here tusemi kwa mdomo, we are actually actioning it. Ukisikia mambo ya voter registration, we are on the ground doing it. Ukisikia mambo ya ID, we are actually on the ground doing it as well. The Head of Public Service, sir, tunashukuru sana because of the absolute attention you paid to this institution. Ya kwamba leo tunaweza kuja hapa tuweze kujifunza mambo mawili matatu. And I want to give some hope and confidence to FAO. FAO should know that Kaimosi is actually national as we speak today. The last time that the coffee program was being rolled out, all the trainees that needed to be trained on coffee, on being champions of coffee, right from Trans Nzoia all the way to Kisumu, they were trained here in Kaimosi, and the good manager, this farmer here, was hosting us graciously here. So do not be worried about Kaimosi not being national. It's already national as we speak. Again, Head of Public Service, kama Kaimosi tunasema asante, because finally we can be able to train more than 300 people in a week. Why? You have ensured that you have secured affordable housing, waweze kujenga hostels hapa Kaimosi, so that many people can have boarding facilities. Again, Prime Cabinet Secretary, we should seriously and honestly invest in tourism, so that we can be able to make use of the forest. We are bordering a forest as Kaimosi, so that we can be able to get more and more as we go forward. So asanteni sana kwa kuweza kufika hapa, ndio tuweze kujifunza, we learn by doing. Na wale ambao mjapitia tent ya ngaf pale, mutaenda mufike pale, mambo ya kahawa, you've been able to see, we have displayed how me and Kachilei, the manager here, were fighting at CRI, and I am happy that the CEO, Kalro, is here. Bwana CEO, you cannot sit there and me and this farmer are fighting at the gate for seeds. Lazima ibwech kobaga kole naro ibo area ko magingen ngele kikitinye biik che koromen kabilana. Make sure that me and Kachilei are not fighting for seeds at CRI. Give us coffee seedlings. We have proper and absolute ability to propagate, and we are distributing for the people of Nandi to plant those particular seeds. So asanteni sana, Mungu abariki. Na next year, as we go to the politics of Nandi, you know, when I was pitching tents, everyone was wondering why am I pitching tent. I am seriously preparing to be the governor of Nandi. And you cannot be governor of Nandi if you do not know how to pitch tent and be proud of what you have done. So before you leave and you want to see the scorecard of everyone else who is in office, go to the tent ya ngaf. Uangalie kahawa, uangalie mambo ya kila kitu that we have been doing around here as I prepare to be governor of Nandi County. So tawareta his picture, mtanisaidia kunipatia kura. Na unajua kura nikishika sita iangusha. We will make sure that we change the face of Nandi and we bring development that we've been looking for the very many years. Mungu abariki na asanteni sana.
Tumpigie makofi mheshimiwa women rep wetu. Asante sana wajumbe. So Head of Public Service, mimi nikiwa governor hapa na kushukuru, because I pride myself, Head of Public, Prime Cabinet, that Head of Public Service ako na appointment letter ya kuwa Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service from the President. The other appointment letter that he has is from His Excellency the Governor for Nandi, appointing him as the chairman of Kaimosi board. So mimi hapo nimekulia. Na mimi sikuwa nafataka maneno ya guesswork. We had so many people who would have been appointed as chairs of this Kaimosi. But I realized that the turnaround that we needed in this facility required serious resources. It required serious leadership, and the passion that Head of Public Service has had in agriculture from his days as the Minister for Agriculture and even right now as the Head of Public Service. And we want to thank you, Head of Public Service, kwa ile kazi umefanya katika Kaimosi hii. Umesikia tayari tumepata maneno ya affordable housing, hostels karibu 500 inajengwa hapa. Pia umetusaidia, tumepata milioni 100 kupitia kwa serikali ya national government ya kuja ku-upgrade infrastructure katika facility yetu. Pia you have been able to mobilize as a board led by your office to get a lot of these development partners and our parastatals that are working within the agriculture sector to come and set camp here. Hii facility na hii the expo that we are having today, if you look at the turnout, is very huge on account of the very good partnership that we have with various institutions. That has been possible because of the leadership of the Head of Public Service. The commitment that I want to give you, Head of Public Service and the Board of Kaimosi and the Center Manager, the County Government of Nandi will continue to do what needs to be done to ensure that we are able to see the transformation of this facility into a center of excellence, not just in farmer training in Nandi, in the region, but also nationally. So, Head of Public Service, tunakushukuru kwa ile kazi umefanya. Na pia tangu wewe ukuwe chairman, mimi sijakuwa na shida ya kutafuta chief guest wa functions hapa Kaimosi. Sisi tunakuambia tu tafutia sisi fulani, wewe unaleta yeye. Tafutia sisi fulani, wewe unaleta yeye. So we want to thank you for the passion and the time that you keep on taking to come and visit us here and guide the team here so that we can be able to move forward. Prime Cabinet Secretary, sehemu hii ya Nandi, just like Vihiga and Kakamega, we appreciate the work that the Kenya Kwanza administration has done. Hapa Nandi, hiyo mabarabara inasemwa yote ilikuwa imekwama wakati wa serikali iliyopita. Tunapozungumuza tuko na 350 new kilometers of tarmac that are ongoing within our county. Hapa kaunti yetu ya Nandi tulikuwa na shida na stadium. You know, Head of Prime Cabinet, we are the source of champions. But shock on everybody, we have never had a stadium for the last many years. We asked for the previous administration, hawakutusaidia, lakini the administration of Kenya Kwanza led by William Ruto, today we have wanajeshi ambao wanajenga stadium hapa Kapsabet, is already at about 30% complete, inaendelea. Pia tuko na hospitali inajengwa hapa Kapsabet na moja kule Tinderet. We have the university, Koitale Samoei University, ambayo Uhuru Kenyatta aliweka jiwe la msingi. For 10 years, no coin was put to support that facility. Today, as we speak, on 19th of October this year, William Ruto, the president of Kenya, atakuja kufungua University of Koitalel, pale Nandi Hills, kwa sababu kazi hiyo imekamilika. Na kazi mingi ya affordable housing, ya markets, our mama mboga, I think hata hapa Chepsonoi, na pale Kapsabet and everywhere, in each of the shopping centers where we have the market, Prime Cabinet Secretary, the markets that have been built for our mama mbogas inakaa kama ile ya, you know, somebody from moving that mama mboga from Ashanti, you know, Mabati building na kuweka hawa katika market that is state of the art reflects the very cardinal call by Kenya Kwanza kwamba kazi ni kazi na lazima tuheshimu kazi ya kila mmoja. And therefore, you have been very instrumental in supporting the president in delivering on his mandate and the pledges that he made to Kenyans. Sisi kama jamii ya Kalenjin hapa, tunakushukuru kwa ile kazi wewe umefanya. Tuliona rais juzi akienda kule G7, amezungumzia dunia mzima katika hiyo platform ya G7. We know that there is the hands that made that possible. Working around and ensuring that that process works out is none other than you as the Prime Cabinet Secretary, but also as the Minister in charge of Foreign Affairs. So we want to ask that you continue working, supporting the President, supporting this administration, ili tuende mbele pamoja. Kwa hivyo sitasema mengi kushinda hapo. Kwa heshima sasa nimkaribishe Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service and the Chairman of Kaimosi Board, His Excellency Felix Kosgei, aweze kutuzungumzia, alafu baadaye pia atamkaribisha chief guest wetu. Karibu sana Head of Public Service.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor. Our chief guest, the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, the Honorable Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, His Excellency, the Governor of Nandi, Honorable Stephen Sang, Honorable Members of Parliament and members of the County Assembly, representatives of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, representatives of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, the Director General of Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, the Director, Kenya Animal Genetics Resources Center, representatives of the Lake Victoria North Waterworks Development Agency, representatives of the State Departments for Housing, and Urban Development and Forestry, members of the Board of Directors and Management of Kaimosi Agricultural Research Training Center, our farmers, exhibitors, development partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the 2026 Kaimosi Agricultural Research Training Center, Expo and Field Day. Allow me at the outset to express my sincere appreciation to each one of you for taking time to join us today. Your presence is a demonstration of our shared belief that agriculture remains central to Kenya's development and that investment in our farmers is an investment in the future of our nation. This year's theme, Adopting Innovative Technologies for Sustainable Agriculture Through Value Addition, is both timely and forward-looking. It challenges us to rethink how we produce food, how we protect our natural resources, how we embrace innovation, and above all, how we ensure that agriculture remains profitable for those whose livelihoods depend upon it. Agriculture is the foundation of our food systems, the source of our livelihoods for millions of Kenyans, and a critical pillar of national stability. When agriculture performs well, the economy grows. When farmers prosper, rural enterprises flourish, industries expand, and families live with greater dignity and hope. Conversely, when agriculture is weakened by climate shocks, declining soil fertility, pests and diseases, market inefficiencies, or limited access to technology, the consequences extend far beyond the farm. They affect households' income, nutrition, employment, and national economic performance. It is for this reason, Your Excellency, that the government continues to place agriculture at the center of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, better recognizes that agricultural transformation is one of the surest pathways to inclusive economic growth. It seeks to increase productivity, improve market access, strengthen value chains, promote agro-industrialization, enhance food security, and raise household incomes, particularly among smallholder farmers who remain the backbone of our agricultural economy. However, achieving these aspirations calls for resilient food systems that are capable of withstanding climate variability, institutions that generate and transfer knowledge, research that responds to emerging challenges, and farmers who are equipped with the skills, technologies, and confidence to embrace change. So, Your Excellency, as the saying goes, the best fertilizer on a farm is the farmer's knowledge. Knowledge remains the most valuable input in modern agriculture. Climate variability is becoming more frequent. Digital technologies are redefining agricultural production and marketing. Global food systems are becoming increasingly interconnected. The future of Kenyan agriculture will be determined by the quality of our research, the strength of our institutions, the resilience of our farmers, and our collective willingness to embrace innovation. This is precisely where institutions such as the Kaimosi Agricultural Research Training Center become indispensable. Its broader mission is to translate scientific research into practical solutions that farmers can readily adopt to improve productivity, conserve natural resources, and also enhance incomes. Research that remains confined within laboratories cannot transform livelihoods. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 2 days, these centers provided farmers, researchers, innovators, students, development partners, and agribusiness enterprises with invaluable opportunity to interact, exchange ideas, and learn from one another. The demonstrations taking place during these Expo and field days are not exhibitions for their own sake. They are practical solutions to real challenges facing our farmers. Participants have had the opportunity to explore innovations in climate-smart agriculture, precision irrigation, soil fertility management, conservation agriculture, improved livestock breeding, mechanization, post-harvest handling, and value addition. These technologies have a common objective to enable farmers to produce more efficiently, reduce losses, improve quality, and earn better returns from their investments. Today is about producing smarter, restoring soil health, and embracing digital technologies. At Kaimosi, our greatest achievement is not the number of programs we conduct, but the farmers whose productivity improves and the communities whose livelihoods are strengthened through knowledge and innovation. Yesterday, these institutions celebrated an important milestone when 100 dairy farmers graduated after successfully completing an intensive training program in dairy production, animal husbandry, and livestock breeding. This was a practical program designed to address the everyday realities faced by dairy farmers, from breeding and herd health to nutrition, fodder production, milk quality, and enterprise management. To our graduates, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. I encourage you to become ambassadors of good agricultural practice within your communities by sharing what you have learned with fellow farmers. The challenges confronting our farmers today are fundamentally different from those of decades ago. Climate variability has become more pronounced. Technology is reshaping production systems. Consumers are demanding safer, healthier, and more traceable food. It is against this backdrop that I'm pleased to announce today the commencement of the development of a new generation of farmer training curriculum for the Kaimosi Agricultural Research Training Center by FAO. This curriculum, Your Excellency, will place greater emphasis on climate-smart agriculture, sustainable land management, soil health restoration, efficient water use, biodiversity conservation, digital agriculture, precision farming, innovation, agribusiness management, value addition, and future-oriented farm advisory services. In essence, this curriculum will move beyond teaching farmers how to farm. We are grateful to the FAO of the United Nations for providing technical support in the development of this curriculum. FAO has remained a valued partner in strengthening agricultural knowledge system, promoting sustainable farming practices, and supporting institutional capacity development. Upon completion, the curriculum will be aligned with the national framework through collaboration with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. These will ensure that it meets nationally recognized standards while remaining practical, relevant, and responsive to the evolving needs of Kenyan agriculture. These initiatives position Kaimosi as a center of excellence that responds to the changing dynamics of agriculture and food systems. Ladies and gentlemen, as demand for farmer training continues to increase, so too must our capacity to accommodate those seeking knowledge and practical skills. I am therefore pleased to note the ongoing partnership between Kaimosi and the State Department of Housing and Urban Planning in the development of a 500-bed hostel and recreation facility within this institution. This investment is an investment in farmer education and future competitiveness of Kenyan agriculture. Once completed, the facility will significantly expand our capacity to host residential training programs, farmer field schools, youth agribusiness initiatives, and specialized technical courses that attract participants from across the country. We look forward to the successful completion of this important project and appreciate the continued support of the State Department for Housing and Urban Development. Ladies and gentlemen, without reliable water, there can be no sustainable food production. Without irrigation, climate resilience remains difficult to achieve. It is therefore encouraging that Kaimosi Agricultural Research Training College is working closely with the Lake Victoria North Waterworks Development Agency to implement a water supply project that will benefit both these institutions and the neighboring community. Beyond providing safe and reliable water for domestic use, this project will support irrigation within the center, enabling year-round demonstration farming and practical training in irrigated agriculture. This is the kind of partnership that delivers lasting public value. Ladies and gentlemen, farmers who rely on a single enterprise are often more vulnerable to climate shocks, price fluctuations, and changing market conditions. Diversification spreads risk, creates new income opportunities, and strengthens households' resilience. It is in this spirit that we are today launching a 5-acre cocoa demonstration plot at this center in partnership with the State Department responsible for forestry. For many years, cocoa has been associated with only a few ecological zones in Africa. However, ongoing research and changing climate conditions continue to present new opportunities that deserve careful exploration. This demonstration farm will enable farmers to learn firsthand about cocoa production, agronomic management, value addition, and market opportunities. The investments we are making today are building resilience that will enable our farmers to withstand future challenges while creating greater prosperity for generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the progress we celebrate at this institution today has not been achieved in isolation. It is the product of deliberate collaboration and sustained support by our development partners. The challenges confronting the sector, from climate change and land degradation to food insecurity and changing markets, are complex and interconnected. They require integrated responses. It is therefore encouraging that this institution continues to strengthen partnerships that expand knowledge, improve farmer outreach, and accelerate innovation. I wish to acknowledge the continued support of the IFAD through the Integrated Resource Management Program. Through this partnership, farmers will benefit from improved soil fertility management, sustainable land use practices, and strengthened resilience against climate-related shocks. I equally wish to recognize the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, FAO, for its enduring partnership with this institution. Beyond supporting farmer training, FAO has continued to provide technical expertise that is enabling this institution to modernize its programs and strengthen its contribution to national agricultural transformation. The curriculum initiatives we have announced today is yet another demonstration of what can be achieved through strategic collaboration. Our appreciation also goes to the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization for the ongoing collaboration towards the establishment of a COVID Research Institute sub-center at Kaimosi here. This will answer the challenges that the center manager, Kachilei, and the women rep in as far as acquiring seeds. The seeds, the correct seeds of coffee will be found here in the few months. And therefore, in the Western region, this will be the source of the right seeds. Coffee remains one of Kenya's most important cash crops, and revitalizing the subsector requires research that responds to local conditions, improved planting materials, modern practices, and strong extension services. We remain committed to providing the institutional support necessary to realize this important initiative. I also commend the Kenya Animal Genetic Resources Center for its partnership in improving access to quality livestock genetics and artificial insemination services. Enhancing the genetic potential of our livestock is fundamental to increasing productivity, improving farmer incomes, and strengthening the competitiveness of Kenya's dairy and livestock industries. To all our partners, including the national government, the county government of Nandi, our research institutions, private sector players, and development agencies, I convey the sincere appreciation of the Board of Directors. Your support continues to strengthen this institution and, more importantly, to improve the lives of the farmers we serve. One of the defining characteristics of effective public institutions is not the volume of resources they receive, but the value they create for citizens. As the Board of Directors, we recognize that every shilling invested in this institution carries with it a public trust. We are therefore committed to the principles of integrity, accountability, transparency, and prudent financial management. Ladies and gentlemen, as I have said earlier, today's agriculture is increasingly driven by science, technology, innovation, and enterprise. Digital platforms now connect farmers directly to markets. Drones support crop monitoring and precision agriculture. Artificial intelligence is beginning to improve weather forecasting, pest surveillance, and farm management. Value addition is creating new enterprises and employment opportunities along agricultural value chains. So institutions such as these, therefore, have a critical role, not only in training today's farmers, but also in inspiring tomorrow's agricultural innovators, researchers, and entrepreneurs. Kenya's agriculture will be secure through deliberate investment in knowledge, through science, through innovation. And Your Excellency, I want to sincerely thank the Governor of Nandi County for his daring decision to make this institution semi-autonomous. Before then, it was a long process. Though there was a will, there was commitment by the county. You know how governments operate. When there are so many layers of decision-making and approvals, it becomes difficult, especially in an institution like this or in a sector like this. And therefore, we explained to His Excellency the Governor, and he really understood because it was difficult before, like to get fertilizer, for example. So the farm could delay. There are so many other things. Drugs for livestock could delay because of those complicated procurement processes that was starting from here, then they go to Kapsabet, then the normal Kamaven procedures complicates it to the extent now that you can lose a cow, the yield can go down because of bureaucracy. So one critical decision that was made by this county was to let these institutions to run itself. And as I said earlier, we promised the county government and all the farmers of this county and those of the neighboring areas that we shall be accountable here. The integrity will be our constant character parameter. I want to, I might have spoken very tough English to the extent now people are sleeping and but Your Excellency, it is because you are here, you are my boss, so I have to restrict myself to speech so that when we go to Nairobi, you don't summon me or I receive a disciplinary letter for going off the mark, or also perhaps of entering into politics. So, Your Excellency, I had to restrict myself because to me, this is an official function. Na kwa wale wengine wale labda nimechanganya kidogo, ninasema kwamba hii college ni college ya wakulima. Na hii college, na mumeona leo tumezindua program ya curriculum. Curriculum ni ile vile watu watafunzwa. Tunataka kuwa tofauti kidogo kwa sababu muda mrefu sana tunapata standard curriculum, yani vile watu wanafunzwa, na wanawacha watu wengi, wanawacha wakulima wale wameanza kutoka chini, wanawacha watu wengi hawapati nafasi ya kufunza na kuelewa. Sasa sisi tumeamua kwamba ukiwa mama, ukiwa mzee, ukiwa umesoma, ukiwa hukusoma, ukiwa unapanda nini, utapata training hapa ilingane na matakwa yako, because that is what we want. And the ultimate objective, ile lengo letu ya mwisho kabisa, ni kuhakikisha kwamba mkulima yeyote ameelimika. We want an informed farmers hapa Nandi na region hii. Kila mtu, kila mmoja wenu, ukiwa na kahawa kuja ujifunze vile kahawa inatunzwa. Kama wewe ni mkulima ya mambo ingine, kama ni mahindi kuja hapa, kama ni sugarcane kuja hapa, kama ni mboga kuja hapa. There will be a tailor-made. Utakuwa na training yako ya hiyo mimea au hiyo usalishaji ya hiyo area unaendelea nayo, so that we don't mix issues na tusipoteze wakati. Na tulisema, Your Excellency, tutaendelea kwa sababu tumepata ya kwamba watu wetu wa Kenya wetu wanakunywa chai 5%. The rest are exported. Coffee ni kidogo. People are not drinking coffee. We produce a lot of coffee, but our market is abroad. And that is why sometimes we get shocks, because when the market behaves differently, we don't have a market. So tunataka hata tuwafunze hawa watu wetu waanze hata wakunywe. Alafu anakuja nyumbani anasema, nasikia tumbo ni mbaya. Kumbe amekula vitu mzuri huko, alafu nyumbani iko shida. Wengine wanaenda huko, kama mama hajui kupika chapati, anapigiwa chapati wiki hii, wiki ujao, wiki ile nyingine. Mpaka sasa anachukua mwenye anapika chapati, anaenda kujengea nyumba nyingine, anakuwa bibi ya pili. Kwa sababu ya nini? Kutojua kupika. So we agreed with the board that we are going to establish here a course how to cook catering, mambo kama hiyo kwa kina mama. Ujue chakula ile ya kama nyinyi bado vijana, mkiwa katikati, mkiwa wazee, mzee kama kunywa sukari tena, ni nini utatengenezea so that we have a healthy county, a healthy region, a healthy country with people who understand and they have been trained and they have certificates. Finally, Your Excellency, we want again to focus on what the governor said, farmhand. Mwenye unaandika tu hapo. Saa zingine kijana ya ndugu yako au relative yako hapo anazunguka, anasema unichungie hii ng'ombe hapa, unichungie hii shamba. Ajui kitu. You only bring him on board because of trust that hataiba. Lakini kufanya hiyo kazi haelewi. So what we are going to do here is to introduce the training to bring all our wafanyakazi, wale wanachunga ng'ombe, wale wanachunga shamba huko na hawakusoma, wakuja wasome wiki moja, wiki mbili, akifika huko nyumbani ni mtu amesoma, anajua chenye anafanya. That is what we need. Wiki moja tu, siku tatu, wiki mbili, kila mtu ajue kazi yake iko nini, na tutawapatia our certificate. And in future, Your Excellency, we will be requesting the county government and also the neighboring counties to demand for a certificate. Mkulima aseme, mkulima lazima aulize certificate. Wewe unataka kunichungia ng'ombe? Yes, wapi certificate? Do you know mambo ya hygiene ya maziwa? Unajua kukamua ng'ombe namna gani? Ili we somehow make sure that we have a knowledgeable way of running things, na tuko na watu wako na standard fulani ile itawasaidia hata kwa mshahara watalipwa hata pesa mzuri kama wanaelewa. So Your Excellency, that is exactly what I was saying kwa Kiingereza mingi. Nilikuwa nimesema tuko sawa, tuendelee. Kwa wale wa area hii kole jini ko ngwong. Because so ngwong kole jini. Agi maje nyigine chitukul. Ako chito ni mau sugul nyigine ting nanding. Kineting lebingi. Ase kona jita sumai Kiingereza ak kartasi je kisoma ni che uwen je uja ga soma ningi. Kama je tukia rahisi. Ngonya jita nyigine kripto no teta ilio ningyo ngiro kolia ga ko mach kirgit igere ne sugunget ko nyurbi koldai ako koik rahisi kwerietap ukulima akoik kabatisiet nemi faida. Okase so yu ko kole nengwong ak i serious eng yu kimacha utan kinyone kumacha kini iumge komye ak ilach ngoroik tililen. Asikong'et ngiitu yus kou lakwetab sukul lakini kelach chekuket amu mi discipline yu, kimache discipline. Macha ngiwe kaa olin unaenda na discipline huko. Ukuja hapa umekuwa smart, unakuja una train hapa. Na ujue ya kwamba ukitrain hapa siku tatu kama mambo yake imeisha, enda. Nimesikia watu wengi wanataka kukataa. Ati wataki kutoka kwa hostels hapa. Wanasema ongezea mimi siku tatu. Labda huko nyumbani ni mbaya, mambo imeharibika tu. Anasema sijaelewa mzuri, wacha nikae siku nyingine pili. Kosi kifika ishe, inafanya nini? Ufanye nini? Enda nyumbani. Na wewe utekeleze chenye umefunzwa hapa siku hiyo kwenda mbele. So we want a total change of our farmers from a quarter of an acre to hundreds of acres. So Your Excellency, it is now my singular honor and privilege to invite our Excellency Chief Guest, the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, to deliver his keynote address and officially declare the 2026 Kaimosi Agricultural Research Training Center Expo and Field Day open. Thank you and God bless you. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Live to sing music.
Haya, tunapiga makofi kidogo. gather to say thank you. Thank you.
Haya, wakulima hoye! Hiyo si sauti ya wakulima. Wakulima hoye! Wakulima hoye! Asanteni sana. Kwanza wacha nitasoma kwa lugha kama hiyo ya Felix ambaye amezungumza kwa sababu ni sherehe rasmi, alafu mtaniruhusu niongeze kidogo baadaye. Honorable Felix Koskei, Head of Public Service, Your Excellency Governor Stephen Sang, members of Parliament present with us and MCAs, representatives of the Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, other development partners like IFAD and others represented here, distinguished guests, farmers, students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a great honor to join you today at the Kaimosi Agricultural Research and Training Center for this important occasion, the annual Agricultural Expo, the launch of the new FAO-supported curriculum, and the commissioning of the students' hostels. At the outset, I commend Kaimosi Agricultural Research and Training Center for its rich legacy in agricultural training, research, and innovation. Together with institutions such as Bukura Agricultural College, the Kenya School of Agriculture, the Dairy Training Institute Ahiti, campuses, and other agricultural training centers across the country, Kaimosi has played a vital role in building Kenya's agricultural capacity for decades. I also express our appreciation to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations for its long-standing partnership with Kenya in advancing food security, climate-smart agriculture, farmer training, and sustainable agricultural development. Ladies and gentlemen, agriculture remains the backbone of Kenya's economy. The sector contributes approximately 1/3 of our gross domestic product, supports over 70% of rural households, and provides livelihoods for millions of Kenyans. More importantly, agriculture is central to our food sovereignty, economic resilience, and national prosperity. A nation that can feed itself is a nation that secures its future. That is why the government, under the leadership of His Excellency President William Ruto, has placed agriculture at the center of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Through fertilizer subsidies, investments in irrigation, mechanization, quality seeds, and reforms in the coffee and sugar sectors, Kenya has witnessed increased maize production, higher milk output, and renewed confidence among farmers. Our objective is clear: to make farming profitable, create jobs, increase exports, and uplift millions of Kenyans into the middle income economy. Climate change presents one of the greatest challenges to agriculture today. We must therefore invest in climate-smart farming, water conservation, modern technologies, and research institutions such as Kaimosi to ensure our farmers remain productive and resilient. Agriculture is also becoming an important pillar of Kenya's international engagement. Through strategic partnerships and agricultural diplomacy, we continue to open new markets, attract investments, and position Kenya as a regional hub for agribusiness and agricultural innovation. The future of our economy lies in value addition. We must process more of what we produce, create industries in our counties, and empower our youth to view agriculture as a modern, profitable, and technology-driven enterprise. As we launch this new curriculum and commission the facilities, let us reaffirm our commitment to building a productive, climate resilient, and globally competitive agricultural sector. With those remarks, it is my singular honor to officially declare the 2026 Kaimosi Agricultural Expo open, launch the FAO-supported curriculum, and also pronounce the commissioning of the new hostels. I thank you. God bless Kaimosi Agricultural Research Training Center. May God bless our farmers, and may God bless the Republic of Kenya. Haya, sasa wacha nipitie kwa hiyo barabara tu. Mimi kwanza nataka nichukue fursa hii kutoa shukrani kwa viongozi wenu. Kwanza natoa shukrani kwa Head of Public Service. Yeye ni jirani mwema, na aliponiambia kwamba kuna siku ya maana hapa, nikasema mimi nitaungana nanyi kwa sababu hapo ndio tutajenga taifa. Kwa hivyo natoa shukrani. Wewe sio tu Head of Public Service, pia ulikuwa unavaa kofia kama mwenyekiti wa chuo hiki. Nataka nishukuru governor sana. Saa zingine mimi muita governor wangu, kwa sababu yeye hakosi kunihusisha kwa mambo ya eneo hii, haswa Nandi County, na kuzungumza nami kuhusu mambo ya kitaifa. Kwa hivyo tena yeye, mimi niko nyumbani. Wajumbe wa hapa, kijana shupavu ameteta, tutamsaidia kwa hayo amesema, hatutamwacha, na viongozi wengine wote ambao wako hapa. Sasa wacha ni seme mawili matatu alafu nimalize. Unajua kuna barabara moja ambayo inaonekana Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto amepitia, Mheshimiwa Felix Koskei amepitia, na Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi amepitia. Sisi wote tumekuwa mawaziri wa kilimo kwa wakati mmoja. Sasa ukiona tunaegemea huko, there's a reason. Kwa sababu tunajua kwamba hapo ndio kuna rasilimali ambayo itabadilisha taifa letu. Na Mheshimiwa Rais amesukuma kilimo vilivyo. Amesukuma kilimo vilivyo. Na sasa kwa wale watafiti wako hapa kutoka kwa idara ya kilimo, mazalisho yetu kwa muda huu kwa mambo ya mahindi yamekuwa hata maradufu. Tulikuwa tunatoa 34 million tons kwa mwaka, tumefika kiwango tunaingiza karibu 70 million tons ya mahindi katika Kenya hii. Mumeona vile gharama ya maisha imeleta matatizo, lakini kusema ukweli, Mheshimiwa Rais amelenga pahali fulani kuhakikisha kwamba food security haituponyoki kwa mikono. Ndio kwa sababu fertilizer amehakikisha inazidi kupatikana kwa bei nafuu. Wakati kuna vita kwa yale mataifa ambayo tunatoa mafuta ya Middle East na wapi, kupitia kwa sera za serikali tumehakikisha kwamba herufi ya Kenya ama shilingi ya Kenya ukilinganisha na herufi za ng'ambo imekuwa stable kwa muda mrefu, ndio bei ya bidhaa isiharibike sana, stabilizing the exchange rate. Alafu amefanya interventions hata wakati ni shida kupata mafuta, ametengeneza G2G ili taifa la Kenya limekuwa na steady supply ya mafuta hata wakati huu ambapo kuna vita. Nataka niambie wa Kenya, huo ni umaarufu, uzalendo na kiongozi ambaye anajali maslahi ya watu wake. Ndio kwa sababu tunasema anastahili kupata muhula wake wa pili. Watu wanasema 2 term. Kweli ni 2 term. Na tunataka 2 term. Hata mimi nataka 2 term. Kile nataka ni waombe, na nataka ni warudishe nyuma kidogo. Baada ya uchaguzi wa tulipoingia kwa siasa ya multi-party, mwaka wa 2002 peke yake ndio uchaguzi wa rais ulikwisha na majority ambayo mtu hakuenda kwa koti. Kibaki alishinda na percentage kubwa sana. Hatukupata petition. Lakini muhula wake wa pili mambo yakawa magumu. Tukawa na hiyo grand coalition government. Mambo yaka matatizo. Kenya ikatingizika. Tukawa na katiba mpya, baadaye ndio tukaenda. Election ya 2014 petition kwa presidential election. Election ya 2017 petition kwa presidential election. Election ya 2022 ya kwanza ya William Ruto petition. Sasa mimi nataka niwaombe 2027 tuondoe kasumba ya petition. Tunataka President Ruto apate 2 term na idadi ya kura ambayo itahakikisha hatutapoteza wakati tukienda kwa petition. Yule nani kama hiyo mwenyewe aogope, aone kwamba Wakenya wameamua. We don't want to waste any more time in litigation. We want a decisive victory. Kwa hivyo tukisema 2 term, tuongeze petition free. 2 term bila petition. Tunaelewana? Nijaribu. 2 term. Two term. Two term. Kwa Kinandi wanasemaje? Two term Mami petition. Two term Mami petition. Tunaelewana kabisa? Hapo ndio mimi nasema tulenge. Tunaelewana kabisa na mimi nataka nifurahi. Jambo langu la mwisho kwa sababu nataka tumalize. Nataka tu niseme kwamba we need to make sure that umoja wetu na amani inashikwa vizuri. Sisi tumekaa kama majirani, kama mandugu, kila kitu. Hata mimi ni kama mama najua. Tuzidi kufanya hivyo. Let us not allow anything or anybody to divide us. Na tusikubali watu wenye ukabila ati waseme wanataka kuongoza Kenya hii. My friend, nyinyi mnaamuka kila siku, mnaona kwa runinga, mnaona kwa social media, wewe unataka kupatia nafasi mtu ambaye yuko na hasira, ameweka hasira kwa roho yake, a bitter person, bitter, vindictive, vengeful. Ati wewe unataka kumpatia uongozi? Kama wa Kenya, we must be very careful. Mtu anaamuka ukabila, chai ya saa 4 ukabila, chakula cha mchana ukabila, saa 10 ukabila, jioni ukabila, akienda kulala ukabila. Alafu anasema nataka aongoze taifa la Kenya. Tusikubali kamwe. Na watu wengine wanasema wanataka ati wakiingia wang'oe sera za Mheshimiwa William Ruto, ati wabadilishe sera zake. Sasa unataka ung'oe gani? Walimu 1,100 ambao wameajiriwa utawafuta. Wale CHPs 100,000 katika Kenya nzima utawang'oa. Hii affordable housing hostels ambazo mnataka mweke hapa mtang'oa. Barabara zile anatengeneza kilometers ambazo zinaongezeka, na tunasukuma hata hii yetu hii kubwa atari hii ya kutoka Eldoret huko mpaka Chavakali. Anashujaa hapo Felix Davis Churchill na hata Felix huyu wanatupangia. Iko mambo mengine inaitwa securitization, inaleta pesa vizuri kwa sekta ya barabara. Kule ndani hii barabara, ndugu yetu kijana amezungumza, our fellow leader here, tunataka that connection between Nandi and Kakamega becomes even more seamless. Uchumi wetu ubadilike. Hata ile maji watu wanakunywa Kakamega si wanatoa hapa. This is how our country grows. Shared resources, integration. Tufanye kazi tukiwa kama ndugu. Lakini wale wa ukabila, mimi nawasihi tusikubali. Ati wanaotutisha wanasema iko numbers. Vijana wa hapa, even you register as voters. Mujiandikishe, chukua ID, enda kujiandikisha mara moja. Tunataka idadi kubwa. Tunataka ile nimesema petition free. We don't want a petition. Petition inaleta uhasama. Watu wanakuwa tense. The country starts pulling differently. Let us win decisively. Na mimi nataka niwaambie tumejitolea, we support William Ruto kwa UDA he's the leader, he's our president, and we shall do everything that it takes ili apate ushindi. And I want to say democratically. Mtu asifikiri Ruto nataka ushindi kwa njia ya mkato. Kuna katiba. Anataka ushindi kupitia kwa ballot. Kupitia kwa ballot. Na hapo ndio atasimamia kama kiongozi wa taifa. And I'm sure it will work well. Kule nje ameinua Kenya. Sasa katika bara la Afrika, African Union, kwa sababu ya uchumi wa Kenya kukua, Kenya sasa imeunuliwa kutoka kwa tier 2 kwa African Union, imekuwa tier 1. Mataifa 10 ambayo ndio yana uchumi zaidi mkubwa zaidi katika bara la Afrika kusimamia support ya African Union. Mheshimiwa Ruto ametuweka hapo kwa tier 1. Huyu jamaa kijana wa Sugoi kutoka hapa anakaa na Trump kwa meza moja. Anazungumza na mtu kama huyo. Alafu mtu mwingine wa ukabila ambaye anazurura hapa mitaani ndio anasema anataka kuongoza Kenya. My friend, he has set the standards for the country. Amekuwa sauti sio ya Kenya pekee. Sasa amekuwa sauti ya bara la Afrika. Sauti yake ni sauti ya bara la Afrika. Ukiona mambo mengi wale Africa Forward Summit, Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya amekusanya viongozi, heads of state and government 35 heads of state and government kuingia hapa kwa forum ya Africa Forward kutoa agenda ya Afrika. Alipoingia akakuwa mkubwa wa climate change, akavuta viongozi kutoka kila pahali. Sasa kwa mambo ya Africa climate, they quote the Nairobi Declaration. Hiyo ndio blueprint ya African continent kwa mambo ya climate change, quoting the Nairobi Declaration. Nani alikuwa anasimamia Nairobi Declaration? Mheshimiwa Ruto. Kwa hivyo ametujenga kama taifa, ametuweka kwa kiwango fulani. Anatimiza uchumi, anachunga uchumi, elimu, 23,000 new classrooms. 23,000. Kwa budget ya Kenya hii, hatujawahi kuona budget ambayo education imechukua 780 billion. 780 billion shillings dedicated to education. Foreign reserves zetu alipoingia ilikuwa kidogo. Sasa rasilimali yetu kutoka kwa bilioni 5 za dola za Amerikani sasa imefika bilioni 15 za dola za Amerika. Yani kwa wale wa kiuchumi wanasema 6 months import cover. Mara kwa mara kwa mambo ya kiuchumi wanasema you are safe when you have 3 months import cover. Lakini President Ruto ametuweka 6 months import cover. Yani hata tukikaa anaweza kuagiza mahitaji yote ambayo Wakenya wanataka kwa muda wa miezi 6 na dola za Amerika bila matatizo yoyote. That is what it means in simple language. Kwamba kwa muda wa miezi 6 Kenya ina uwezo wa kuagiza mafuta, kuagiza dawa, kuagiza fertilizer, kuagiza chuma ya kujenga, kuagiza nini kwa muda wa miezi 6 bila wasiwasi, kwa sababu tuna uwezo wa kulipa kile tunahitaji kule nje. Na hiyo ni kusimamia uchumi kwa njia inayofaa. Kwa hivyo leo ilikuwa kilimo, tujenge kilimo. Mimi nimefaidika hapa, ingawa mimi si mkulima shupavu kama nyinyi, lakini Head of Public Service amenitunuku haifa moja. Nitaenda kuweka pahali vizuri tukamue. Mimi nimeongeza, nimenunua moja, na wazee wa hapa wamesema this farmer na wazee wake ati na mimi pia ni bebe ingine. Hai, I'm a rich man. Haifa 3. Na hii institution muiweke vizuri. Mimi nitakuwa nikifuatilia. Hapa ni nyumbani, hata kama ni training nitapanga. Wakati mtatoa ile rotuba ya training, nitakuwa nikilipia wengine wakuja hapa wasome, kwa sababu mmetaja a very important thing, kwamba you now want to target being practical. Yule mwenyewe anatuzalishia chakula hapo. Kwa hivyo nawapongeza sana, na hii institution tutailinda sisi wote. We shall support it. I'll now be one of your partners. I do not regret being invited. Nimefurahi sana. Mungu awabariki. Thank you so much, and I wish all the farmers of our country, and more so Nandi, success. Wakulima hoye! Wakulima hoye! Na hii, hebu nione. 2 term. Mami petition. 2 term. 2 term. Bas.
Nataka kukuomba Prime Cabinet Secretary tafadhali uweze kusalia hapa. Asante sana. Tupe makofi manne.
Habari ndio hii. Star Times tumejiamulia kukupa raha bila limit. This August, renew your monthly subscription and give your little ones a holiday packed with cartoons, imagination, adventure, and so much fun. I am a muse. Discover Imagination Playground on Baby TV. Join Adventure Carly